What's going on, everybody? This is the Gaming Addict here, and today I got another episode of Untitled Gaming News for you to put out in the background while you're doing whatever you want to do. Right. So today we got some articles. I got some articles for y'all. We're gonna start with this one right here, which I just added. So, Phoenix Labs announces Dauntless is shutting down in May. So if y'all don't know, Dauntless is basically the free to play Monster Hunter style clone with Fortnite kind of graphics. It came out, I'm not sure when it came out. It came out a couple of years back. It came out a good while back, actually. Let's see, when did Dauntless come out? It came out in 2018. 2 out of 10 on Steam. Holy hell. Anyways, I'm surprised it lasts this long, honestly. Like, was anybody playing this? Like, y'all can leave a comment down below. Was anybody playing this? Anyways, so it's gonna be shutting down in May. Add another live service game to the list of live service games that are getting shut down. Last time we had Multiversus, now it's this. And it's always the free-to-play ones. They're not making the type of money that they thought they were going to. After vowing to win back the community's trust after the highly negative response to the long-awaited Dauntless Awakening update, Phoenix Labs has announced the game will cease development and shut down at the end of May. This is the end. The announcement came in a brief social post which has replies disabled. Important update: Dauntless is shutting down May 29th, 2025. Dauntless will receive no additional content or updates. Dauntless will no longer be available to play on and after May 29th, 2025 at 11:45 p.m. PST. Thanks to all for being a part of the Dauntless journey. Vow to win back the community's trust and to make important changes and reverse course on some of the Awakening updates. Poorly received parts came in December. By January, the news came that Phoenix Labs had laid off the majority of the studio due to unfortunate but necessary cost cutting. They said then that the futures of Dauntless and Fae Farm would be addressed later. Now, I have not heard of Fae Farm. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Oh, okay, it's like a little whatever kind of game. It got a higher rating than Dauntless. Yeah. Unlike other games that released, made some changes or had very negative received patches like Redfall or even Suicide. I forgot about Redfall. There's no offline mode playing, and there's no attempt to keep any of it around. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad when you see stuff like this. Especially with the layoffs. Like, there's been a lot of layoffs in the game industry as of late. Like, even NetEase, the people behind Marvel Rivals, are laying people off. They just got rid of a bunch of people, despite how popular Marvel Rivals is, which is crazy. And I think I saved an article for that too, so we'll get to that later. But yeah, man, it's sad to see. I didn't play this game. If anybody else did, let me see. Let me look at the Steam charts. SteamDB is more reliable. SteamDB. Dauntless. Charts. Fuck. So there's 43 people playing right now. In the last 24 hours is 107. Oh, wow. 2 months ago, the all-time peak was hit at 3K people. So I'm guessing that's when that update came out and it just like ruined everything. It ruined its whole thing. But this is not to be like taken officially, because this, I think, just recently came out on, yeah, it just recently came out on Steam. It was on Epic Games for the longest time. So yeah, I mean, hey, RP Dauntless, bro. This is for something completely different. Let's see. News. All articles. There we go. All right. Next up, this is a crazy kind of leak. So we got this article from Twisted Voxel. So this is a rumor. Until said otherwise, this is a rumor. Let's take it with a grain of salt. This is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. This is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. All right. So the Elder Scrolls 6 is allegedly titled Hammerfell and will feature naval battles and shipbuilding. So this I could definitely see based off of like what they did with Starfield and the shipbuilding. That could be like the outline for, you know, Elder Scrolls 6. So this could definitely be a possibility. So let's read more into it. In a new video on his YouTube channel, known insider and content creator Xstasis, shared that the Elder Scrolls 6 is titled Hammerfell. As the title implies, the game is rumored to take place in Hammerfell and also High Rock, two regions that have plenty history and lore within the Elder Scrolls universe. As per what the insider has heard, it may feature around 12 to 13 major cities, which would make it the most ambitious game in the series. The insider further mentioned that the Elder Scrolls 6 will feature maritime exploration. Apparently, the game will allow players to build ships and set sail, much like how a spaceship could be built in Starfield for space travel. Exactly what I just said. It's likely that ships will provide a quicker means of transport between cities. They will possibly be used to explore difficult to reach islands. The game is also likely to feature naval battles, similar to those seen in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. If true, this would bring a major change in the way the world map is explored in the Elder Scrolls titles. According to the content creators, there's also talk of Elder Scrolls 6 featuring a settlement building and customization system. That would be fire. That would be fire. I'm not gonna lie. The game may also feature fortresses similar to the settlements in Fallout 4, only more developed and adapted to today's standards. Regarding the progression system, the leak suggested it would be more flexible, moving away from traditional classes and allowing for a more natural character evolution. Dragons may also make a return in Elder Scrolls 6. However, in comparison to Skyrim, they will play a more prominent role in the story and gameplay. Like I saw somebody say, how on earth will dragons play a more prominent role in this than in Skyrim, when Skyrim was basically like about dragons, like the whole time. From the beginning of the game to the end, it's about dragons. So I don't know how it's going to play a bigger role in the story and gameplay. We'll see. But yeah, this is some interesting rumors. I think the shipbuilding I think the shipbuilding could definitely be in the game. I think that Starfield was a testing ground for a lot of features that Bethesda want to implement into their other games. Specifically, I think some of the stuff that they were doing is going to be put in the Fallout games, but that shipbuilding system is definitely something I could see being in Skyrim. And I would be definitely down for a settlement building thing like Fallout, but at the same time, I don't know, because I want it to be better than Fallout 4. Like, I like the settlement system in Fallout 4, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's just a lot and I don't want to touch it. I hope it's not as complex. I hope it's in depth, but not as complex as Fallout 4. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the rumor right now. All right, next up. So this is from Comic Basics. I haven't heard of this website, but it's coming from multiple publications that I've seen. So George R.R. Martin says there are talks about making an Elden Ring movie. That would be so dope. I ain't gonna lie. That would be dope. So George R.R. Martin has shared an update about the possibility of an Elden Ring movie, and it looks like there have been some discussions. However, his ongoing work with the Winds of Winter could make it difficult for him to be directly involved. Martin, who helped shape the world of popular Elden Ring game alongside From Software's Hidetaka Miyazaki, has been a long fan favorite choice for any potential adaptation. When asked whether he'd be interested in working on the sequel, he instead dropped an interesting hint about a movie. Well, I can't say too much about it, but there's some talk about making a movie out of Elden Ring, he revealed. While nothing has officially been confirmed, Martin's comment suggests that discussions may be happening behind the scenes. Miyazaki himself has previously said he's open to the idea, but whether or not it moves forward remains to be seen. Okay. Remains to be seen. Even if a movie does happen, Martin admits that his own involvement will be uncertain. We'll see if that Elden Ring movie comes to pass, and what the extent of my involvement was, I don't know. He said, I'm a few years behind with my latest book, so that also limits the amount of things that I can do. The Winds of Winter, the long-awaited sixth book in A Song of Ice and Fire, has been in the works since 2010 and has faced multiple. Jesus. You've been writing that book for 15 years? Jesus. Oh, man. If an Elden Ring adaptation moves forward, the biggest question is whether it will be a movie or a TV series. High fantasy has had a stronger presence in television in recent years with shows like House of the Dragon, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, and The Wheel of Time, drawing huge audiences. A streaming series could be a better fit, but nothing is confirmed yet. I can see them turning this into I could definitely see them turning this into a movie. I can see them turning this into multiple movies. Not like a whole franchise, but I could see like maybe 3 movies, maybe a little trilogy. I could see that. Anyway, this is not a lot of articles. I don't look at it. Maybe that's a good thing. All right. Next, we got God of War. A God of War Remaster could be revealed closer to the 20th anniversary celebration. This is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. Before Sony's latest state of play, there were rumblings of the original God of War trilogy getting a remaster. It further tied into rumors surrounding a new title set in the past, focusing on a younger Kratos in Greece and his relationship with his father. Of course, they didn't appear, but that could happen around the series' 20th anniversary in March. Quote, responding to a post from an artist making a piece of Odin for an upcoming exhibit at Gallery Nucleus, Giant Bob's Jeff Grubb said, I think that those God of War Remaster rumors jumped the gun, just jumped the gun a little bit. That stuff will happen closer to this. Interesting. If the remastered God of War trilogy is announced, it could arrive later this year for PS5 and help fill out Sony's release schedule, which currently consists of Ghost of Yotei and Death Stranding 2 on the beach. The next God of War could take longer, but its release may not be too far off considering Ragnarok launches 2022. Stay tuned for more details and announcements until then. And here's that original tweets. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think it could be a possibility. It could definitely be a possibility. And this is not the first time I've heard of this. I've seen multiple different articles saying this for a while, for like a couple months. So, of like notable people, notable like insiders saying that a remaster is coming for a God of War. So, hey, it could happen. We will see. We will find out, bro. We will find out. Let me know what y'all think of a God of War remaster in the comments. All right, next. PlayStation's PC ports generate additional income and reach new audiences, says Shuhei Yoshida. So Sony's PC efforts over the last few years have yielded mixed results. While the company has flourished with games like Helldivers 2, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, there have been some underwhelming launches. Spider-Man 2. Nevertheless, former SIE Worldwide Studios president Shuhei Yoshida, who left the company last month, says the benefits are too good to pass up. Speaking on the Sacred Symbols Plus podcast, Yoshida said, Releasing on PC does many things. It reaches a new audience who do not own consoles, especially in regions where consoles are not as popular. The idea that those people may become fans of a particular franchise when a new game in that series comes out, they may be convinced to purchase a PlayStation. And that's why I like Xbox's strategy on how they're integrating, basically like they're just opening up the floodgates and giving all their exclusives to everybody, and you can play all the Xbox exclusive games on PC. I like that. But at the same time, you're not, and they still want to produce consoles, which is crazy to me. The thing about it is that you're wasting money on hardware, right? So you're giving your exclusives away, which is the main thing, the main selling point of your console. The exclusives are always the main selling point of the console. If I want to have, if we just looking at specs, both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are in the same realm of like specs. If you get one or the other, it's going to perform basically the same. So if you have hardware that performs basically the same, it comes down to the software. So if I have exclusive games over here and this over here does not have exclusive games, which one do you think is going to sell more? Hardware wise, which hardware do you think is going to sell more? The one with exclusive games. So it's weird. It's weird. And I like how Sony does it, where it's like a year exclusive or somewhere around there, and then they release it on PC. I would prefer it to be like Xboxes, where you get them on PC day one. But I understand why they're doing the year exclusivity, and then okay, y'all get it on PC too. And on that same token, I understand why Xbox is doing it, because they're Microsoft, and they have a majority stake in PCs, because Windows is on every computer, almost every computer. Like that's the most popular OS. Like I don't think there's any dethroning it. Like as much as people preach to like Linux is better, all this, I don't think anything is dethroning Windows. So they have another way to make money off that, but it's like, what are you making the hardware for? So that's why I like Sony's strategy better. But nonetheless, they also provide additional income, since porting an existing title to PC is way cheaper than creating an original title. Also very true. He said, so it's almost like printing money, and that helps us to invest in new titles that now that the cost of games has increased. It's all the more important considering how much budgets have ballooned for PlayStation Studios, as seen with Horizon Forbidden West, The Last of Us Part 2, and Spider-Man 2. Yoshida also noted how this allows PlayStation titles to reach markets like China, which are PC games focused. I didn't know that. China is a huge PC game market, and China is a growing but very small console market. To reach the audience in countries like China is crucial to release on PC, so I believe PC versions really reach a new audience. And then they talk about Last of Us Part 2 Remastered coming out April 3rd on PC. But yeah, like I said, PlayStation has a sound strategy with the PC releases. I hope they continue to do that. I hope they embrace PC a little bit more as time goes on. So yeah. Next, Kingdom Come Deliverances 2 success creates more pressure for the Elder Scrolls 6. I don't think these are in the same realm. Like, I think, let me just read the article first. Remember when you first played Skyrim or heard about it? Back in the day, it was almost impossible to avoid either. If millions of players weren't venturing into the world, picking fights, giants, dragons, blah, 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 blah. Of course, that was in 2011, and to say that Bethesda Game Studios isn't exactly on that same level anymore would be correct. You can excuse Fallout 76 since it's a multiplayer title, one now helmed by Bethesda Austin, and significantly improved over the past many years. You could probably give it past Fallout 4, which no doubt saw positive momentum from the TV show, which as the studio is wont to do. Which as the studio is wont to do. Y'all be typing these articles too fast. Derailed most of it thanks to an iffy next gen version. However, Starfield turned out to be the last straw for many. Released in September 2023, it can't break 6K current players on Steam even with mod support. That's really sad. Shattered Space was a massive flop for all the hype and hoopla leading up to this release. Bethesda Game Studios has revealed a little about the future. At least there's a PS5 version rumored to be announced soon, and an alleged second expansion seemingly launching this year. Amid all this, there's still that one shining beacon for many fans, Elder Scrolls 6. It was announced at E3 2018 with no gameplay or details for almost 7 years, and the biggest update provided by Bethesda is that early builds are being played, which was roughly a year ago. You can guess that the project's current status is as good as ours. Your guess on the project's current status is as good as ours. Nevertheless, there is that hope, however meager, whatever fans may remain, Elder Scrolls 6 will be the game that finally redeems Bethesda. I believe we'll all forget about the studio's many missteps and mistakes when the marketing finally gets rolling. All caught up in hype and eager to believe those sweet little lies just one more time. However, it might not be as easy as with Starfield purely due to another release. Love it, hate it, or respect it, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 raises the bar for whatever Elder Scrolls 6 may attempt in the open world action RPG space. You could argue that it does this for many similar titles, especially those focused on narrative consequence, reactive worlds, immersive gameplay, and attention to detail. Yet, despite it being more of a grounded medieval title versus the fantasy medieval setting of Tamriel, there are way too many lessons for Bethesda to ignore. And no, I'm not just talking about launching your game when it's polished and performs remarkably well on all platforms while presenting more impressive visual fidelity versus, well, Starfield. I don't know, man. I'm not reading all this. I don't know, bro. I feel like it's in two different like spaces. I get what they're saying though, that it kind of is gonna, like, if Elder Scrolls 6 sucks, it's gonna make people compare it to like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where it's just like, yo, like this game is like crazy good and it's got so much attention to detail and it's so fun, it's so this, that, and the third. And they're gonna compare it to Elder Scrolls 6, especially if it sucks. They're gonna say, why couldn't Bethesda do this and this and this and this that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 did and Warhorse Studios did? They're gonna endlessly compare it to, especially if Elder Scrolls 6 sucks. But I think they're in two different lanes. I think Deliverance 2 is more of a like you said, a grounded experience, and it's definitely like, it's like more realistic than like something like Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls is like super high fantasy, you know, all this and that, like spells, dragons, all that. I don't think it can be compared, obviously, apples and oranges, but like, I don't think that's a fair comparison necessarily. I know they're both action RPGs, they're both open world, blah, blah, blah. But like, I feel like Deliverance 2 is fulfilling a different need or niche than Elder Scrolls 6. Elder Scrolls 6 appeals more to a wider audience than something as realistic as Deliverance 2. Like, even the combat alone, people have quit like playing Deliverance 1 because of the combat, because it's so hard for them to master or figure out. I don't know how it is with Deliverance 2. I haven't played it yet, but people have quit it because of that reason. So it's like, these kind of aren't on the same level though. So I know guaranteed Elder Scrolls 6 is going to have way simpler combat than Deliverance 2. It's going to be way less realistic than Deliverance 2. It's going to be more fantasy focused than Deliverance 2. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's something that people are going to run to compare it to. I don't think that's going to be the runaway thing unless it sucks. Unless it sucks, then people are gonna take the most like what am I trying to say? They're gonna take the greatest example of like a really, really, really good like I don't know how to say it, like a action RPG, like an open world action RPG, like within the past couple of years. They're gonna take it's probably gonna be Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And they're gonna take that and say, why couldn't Bethesda do Elder Scrolls 6 like Warhorse did this? So I think it would be compared, but if Elder Scrolls 6 does not suck, I don't think it's gonna be compared as much. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this is it's a good point to bring up, but I don't think it's gonna be compared that much. So next, Marvel Rivals took hits in NetEase's CEO's fickleness and a hard pivot to prioritizing profits per reports. There's a lot of P's. If NetEase seems fickle and unusual in its decision making as of late, chances seem to be that it's a worrying part for its CEO's course. A new report took a deep dive into NetEase's CEO and co-founder William Ding, including unusual decisions. What a man named Ding. Anyway, including unusual decisions made about its international hit Marvel Rivals. In this investigation by Bloomberg emerged a week after the news that a North American team for Marvel Rivals was laid off, only weeks after the competitive hero shooter's successful full launch. This lines up reports that Ding is opting to tighten up the corporation's international portfolio. However, during the primary development process, Marvel Rivals reportedly faced trouble from Ding himself. Article discussed how Ding refused to pay the Walt Disney Company, which presently owns the majority of the Marvel character rights, for those specific rights for certain characters' iconic designs. In an effort to get around this, he asked NetEase own artists to create alternative designs for these characters. This initiative was eventually abandoned, costing the company millions in labor and probably millions more to actually get the design rights. That's ridiculous. The report explains that sales potential is a top priority and that the workers left after layoffs are worried about the CEO's recent volatility. What? And anyway, Ding has winded down support for many games and has even recruited graduates in financial studies to ramp them up as game project leads. What? He's getting people in that are studying finances to be game project leads. That's a great idea, dude. That's a great idea. The fuck. Anyway, it's all a peculiar turn of events, as NetEase was an early investor into the popular Devolver Digital studio as well as other studios overseas. However, it's also likely not terribly surprising for those who kept an eye on Blizzard and World of Warcraft saga in China. Despite the company's relationship through Diablo Immortal, NetEase dropped the developer's Chinese support, only to cut another deal to bring it back this past August. NetEase also scrapped the studio behind last summer's Visions of Mana mere days after the game's release. Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Much like the North American Marvel Rivals team, and remaining Japanese developers are reportedly being told to wrap up their projects quickly with no extensions. Jesus. That's insane. What? Wow. So this right here is crazy to me. Instead of paying Disney, I know they were probably asking for an exorbitant amount of money, but you got to think in the long term. This game is going to blow up because it's Marvel. And not only that, it's Marvel, it's free to play. This is going to blow up. So let me go ahead and pay Disney this money, so that way I can use these designs. I don't have to spend more money telling my people to make alternate designs, and then maybe later down the line, Disney finds out and sues me, and then I have to spend even more money. Let me just go ahead and spend this money and give them the money, and I'll have the rights, and we don't have to worry about it. Like, why would you do this? Why would you do this? You spent more money trying to get around it than you would have just giving them the money. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand, bro. Hey, man, as long as they're keeping the game alive and healthy and in a good state, whatever, bro. We're gonna make this the last one. So, in other Marvel Rivals news, Marvel Rivals' cancellation was discussed before launch. That's right. Marvel Rivals was almost canceled before it even came out, which is crazy to even think about. NetEase Games Marvel Rivals has been quite hot lately, especially with the arrival of Season 1.5, which added the Thing and the Human Torch. The hero shooter is at over 40 million players, but there has been some controversy with its Seattle-based development team recently being laid off. However, there's seemingly a bigger shift coming. Bloomberg revealed that NetEase is making significant changes in overseas investments, which is what we talked about in the last article, with CEO William Ding reportedly cutting jobs and closing studios. Interestingly, even Marvel Rivals wasn't exactly safe, with the talk of canceling the title before launch. Ding initially had issues paying Disney for the rights to use Wolverine and Spider-Man. Do you think you're gonna get away with like making a different design for Spider-Man, bro? Spider-Man, bro. You're insane. He also reportedly sought to use the company's own hero designs. Though this didn't pass, it seemingly cost millions of dollars. Whether it was for only these characters or others is unknown. However, given the relative popularity of Spider-Man and Wolverine worldwide, it wouldn't be surprising if Disney had charged a premium. Duh. They're the two of the most popular Marvel characters. Duh. They're going to charge you a lot of money. Duh. Like, what? For what it's worth, a company spokesperson denied all this and said that NetEase and Marvel had a close partnership since 2018. Aside from Marvel Rivals, the companies worked together on titles like Marvel Duel, Marvel Super War, and the upcoming Marvel Mystic Mayhem. What a mouthful. Following the recent layoffs, NetEase said it was committed to long-term support for Marvel Rivals and its core development team remains intact. Said plans include 8 heroes per year. Head here for more details. 8 heroes per year is crazy. But yeah, man. This is kind of insane to think about. This dude's crazy. You don't think Disney's gonna charge a lot of money for you to use Wolverine and Spider-Man? Do you know how popular Spider-Man is, bro? Do you know how popular Spider-Man is, bro? You think all the movies just sold well just because they were Marvel movies, bro? No. Spider-Man is just that popular, even if it didn't have Marvel attached to it. Like the initial trilogy, bro. Marvel wasn't even involved, and they sold crazy. They made crazy money off those movies because it's Spider-Man, bro. He's one of the most popular superheroes ever. Like, come on now. You can't expect to not be spending a lot of money for Spider-Man, bro. Come on. Absolutely insane. And the fact that they was going to cancel it is even crazier. Because this game is absolutely a banger. Like, come on now. Let's go to the Steam. Let's go to the Steam DB. Even though it said it's at like 40 million players. Let's just back that up. If I can like get the right website, that'd be great. Look. This is last month. 644,000 players. Just last month. That's the all-time peak, bro. In 24 hours, there have been 325,000 people playing this game. That's on Steam alone. That's just Steam. That's just Steam, bro. It's actually crazy. This is crazy how popular this game is, bro. and they were gonna cancel it. Absolutely insane work. Insane work. I did have an article about Atom Fall, but it's like really niche. I haven't even talked about that on this channel, so it's whatever. So that's gonna be the gaming news for today. Let me know if you guys liked the video. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike the video if you didn't. Let me know what you guys think of the articles I read down below. Did you play Dauntless? Are you excited for the Elder Scrolls 6? What do you think is gonna be the key systems in there? Do you want to see an Elden Ring movie? Let me know all that in the comments down below. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.